Hi everyone. Today we'll discuss about one more reactive intermediate, that is free radical. So similarly, what is free radical? Then what is the structure of free radical? Then relative stability of different free radicals we'll discuss today. Free radical means this is an atom, otherwise a group of atoms, which contain a single electron, otherwise odd, otherwise unpaired electron is nothing but free radical. Free radical is nothing but it's an atom or a group of atoms carrying an odd, otherwise unpaired electrons is called as free radical. It is an atom or group of atoms carrying an odd otherwise single, an odd or unpaired electrons are called free radical. Otherwise, we can write carbon free radical definition. On carbon atom, if contain single electron, otherwise unpaired electron, otherwise in its valence shell, if 7 electrons are present, which is less than 8, 7 electrons are present, then that also called as carbon free radical. Otherwise, in this way, you can write chemical species which contain, otherwise chemical species in which carbon atom carbon atom carrying an odd or unpaired electron and a total of 7 electrons in valence shell its valence shell is called carbon free radical. So this is the chemical species in which carbon atom carrying an odd electron, otherwise a single electron, or we can say unpaired electron, and a total of 7 electrons in its valence shell is called carbon free radical. It is similar to that of carbocation or carbonium ion. There a total of 6 electrons are present in its valence shell. Here 7 electrons are present. Anyhow, in both the cases, number of electrons are less than 8. Number of electrons are less than octet. So that we can say it is also electron deficient. You can say it is also electron deficient. So it may react with electron rich compounds. And here to explain the stability of these carbon free radicals, we have to consider hyperconjugation concept. So before that, we'll take different other properties. So because of these unpaired electrons, these free radicals, otherwise carbon free radical, any free radical is paramagnetic. That paramagnetic compound. There's a paramagnetic because of odd electrons. Odd electrons means 7 electrons here. 7 means we can write 3 pairs and 1 single electron. All single electron containing species behaves as paramagnetic. So these are paramagnetic and these are formed by homolytic cleavage, which requires more energy. Homolytic cleavage in the presence of light. Light means UV light, otherwise peroxide or heat. In the presence of these are the conditions. Peroxides are we have to give more than 400 degrees centigrade. In the presence of light means it may be UV light, any peroxide initiators like benzoyl peroxide or alkyl peroxides we can take. So free radicals are paramagnetic and these are found by homolytic cleavage in the presence of sunlight or UV light or peroxide. Otherwise, whenever it is heated to very high temperatures. Then structure. What is the structure of this? Structure of free radicals. Again here we have to count total number of electron pairs. Here total how many electrons are present? Here written 7 electrons. 7 electrons if you make pairs, how many pairs we can make? We can make 3 pairs. 3 pairs and 7 electrons around this means 7 electrons means 3 pairs. 3 pairs plus 1 electron. That 1 electron should not be counted in n value. Based on n value. N value indicates what? Total number of electron pairs, including lone pairs and also sigma bonding electron pairs, excluding pi electron pairs and like this single electrons also. So here total number of electrons pairs if you want to write should be equal to 0, n equal to 3. If n equal to 3, what hybridization we can expect? If n equal to 3, hybridization is sp2. In previous classes we have discussed. If n equal to 2, total number of electron pairs are 2, then we can expect sp hybridization with linear shape with 180 degrees bond angle. If n equal to 3, sp2 hybridization with trigonal planar shape or triangular planar shape with 120 degrees bond angle. If n equal to 4, hybridization hybridization is equal to sp3, then shape becomes tetrahedral with 109 degrees 28 minutes bond angle. Here we got n value 3, so hybridization is sp2. So what geometry we can expect from this? Geometry is trigonal planar shape. Trigonal planar. Here there is no any electron pair. If electron pairs are present, non-bonding electron pairs, otherwise lone pair of electrons are present, then there should be some deviation in the shape. We should not consider that electron pair in shape. That orbital is totally eliminated from the geometry, so that that geometry becomes shape. That shape may be any other. It is not trigonal planar. If electron pair is present, here no electron pairs, just single electron is present. This single electron is present in unhybridized p orbital. Total in carbon 2s 2p means total 4 orbitals are present. Among 4 orbitals, one is unhybridized orbital. That unhybridized orbital, otherwise that pure orbital contain this electron. So here I am writing. This is a C. Here this is one R group I am writing. R may be hydrogen or R may be any alkyl group. Then here one R group. Here one R group. So here how many electrons? Here 2 electrons are present in this bond. Here also 2 electrons. Here also 2 electrons. These are found by hybrid orbitals. One unhybridized orbital is present like this, which is not participated in hybridization. So which contain a single electron. This single electron, because of presence of this single electron, it is paramagnetic. Because of presence of single electron, it is paramagnetic. This is unhybridized or pure p orbital, 2p orbital. So this is a shape or geometry of free radical. So here remaining all the things are similar to that of carbocation. Stability and other things are related to carbocation. Then we have relative stability we will discuss now. Relative stability of different carbocations, different free radicals. Here similar to carbocations, here also normal alkyl free radicals we have. In alkyl free radicals, first one is primary free radical, secondary free radical, then tertiary free radical and methyl free radical. Here which concept we have to apply here? Hyperconjugation. So here also electron density is less. Electron density is actually 8. If 8 electrons are present, then it is stable. In outer shell or valence shell of this carbon, if 8 electrons are present, then it is electron precise it is stable. If electrons are less than 8, even though it is 7 odd electronic species, even though it is 6, it is electron deficient. So that electron density is compensated by here hyperconjugation. See here relative stability I am writing. Stability of relative stability of various or different free radicals. Among those, first I am taking alkyl free radical stability. Alkyl free radicals. See, first I am writing here CH3 dot. It is methyl free radical. Then CH3 CH2 dot. This is the ethyl free radical. It is primary. It is primary free radical. Just it is methyl. Then CH3 here CH here dot I am writing here CH3. This is the secondary free radical. That is secondary propyl free radical. Secondary. Then CH3 C here CH3 CH3. This is the tertiary butyl free radical. Tertiary butyl free radical. So here only one electron is present. If electron density is compensated, electron deficiency compensated, not electron density. Here one electron is deficient here. Here also one electron is deficient because total number of electrons here with respect to 3 hydrogens between one carbon and one hydrogen there is a bond. Like that how many bonds are there? 3. Each bond carries 2 electrons. So total number of electrons becomes 6. Along with this free electron or single electron 7. So if one more electron density when increases, then it will get stability. It will get stability. So if electron giving or electron releasing group is present on that carbon free radical, then it will get stability. So here methyl group is present. See here there is no any hyperconjugation, but here we can write hyperconjugation like this. Here CH2 dot. Here CH3 means we can write like this. 3 alpha hydrogens are present here with respect to this reference carbon, free radical carbon. Here 2 electrons are present. So if this electron and this electron combines with each other, then it means like this homolytic cleavage takes place here. So H, C, here already this is present bond, already present bond. This free radical and this free radical, when both combines with each other, here we can get double bond. Here hydrogen remains as with one electron. With one electron, here one bond. Like this, how many we can write? With respect to this one no bond resonance or hyperconjugated form. With respect to this one more. With respect to this third one. So total 3 alpha hydrogens are present. So that 3 no bond resonance or 3 hyperconjugated resonance forms are possible. Here like this, here 3, here also 3. Total 6 alpha hydrogens. Here 3 plus 3 plus 3. Total 9 alpha hydrogens. So here no alpha hydrogens. In this way, this is more stable because of 9 alpha hydrogens. Because 9 no bond resonance we can expect. Here 6 alpha hydrogens. Here 3 alpha hydrogens. Here no alpha hydrogens. No alpha hydrogens. So therefore here hyperconjugative resonance forms. Hyperconjugative resonance means simply we can write no bond resonance. No bond resonance increases from here methyl free radical to tertiary butyl free radical. Tertiary butyl free radical. Therefore, stability also increases in the same manner. They are written order of stability of different free radicals. So it is similar to carbocation. In carbocations also, Tertiary butyl carbocation is more stable than secondary propyl carbocation, ethyl carbocation, then methyl carbocation. It is similar to carbocation. Almost concept is similar to carbocations only. Then next we have to discuss about allyl and benzyl. Allyl and benzyl. Allyl free radical and benzyl free radicals are stabilized by directly resonance, so that they are more stable compared to these alkyl free radicals, because resonance is stronger compared to hyperconjugation. Hyperconjugation is stronger compared to inductive effect. Among these three electron displacement effects, which is very stronger? Mesomeric effect. Otherwise, resonance effect is stronger. It is compared to hyperconjugation. Hyperconjugation is stronger compared to inductive effect. Generally, these three electron displacement effects are involved in different organic reactions. See here, next one is allyl. Allyl and benzyl. Allyl and benzyl free radicals. Free radicals are stabilized through resonance, not no bond, direct resonance. Therefore, these are more stable than normal alkyl free radicals. Alkyl free radicals. Normal alkyl free radicals. That you have to remember. So why it is here? When many times we have written about this. CH single bond CH2. Here there is a dot. This is allyl free radical. Allyl free radical. See here two electrons are present. Only here I am writing one hooked arrow. Only one hooked arrow indicates what one electron is moving from here to here. It can join with this electron, and here this carbon will take that single electron. So here CH2, this carbon will take single electron, become single bond here. CH, here already one bond is present. CH2, this electron and this electron, these two combine with each other and you get one more form. So this is allyl free radical stabilized by resonance, so that it is more stable. Similarly, benzyl. Benzyl means on benzene ring we have CH2. Otherwise, we can say phenyl methyl free radical. So here also same thing. Two electrons are present. One electron move here. Here this arrow mark is with one hook. So one electron is transferred. That electron join with already present free radical, and there is a formation of bond takes place. And this carbon will take this free radical. So here we can write 5 resonance forms. In previous classes also we have discussed it. Becomes CH2 and here free radical. Then here already present bonds. Here also we have 2 electrons. So one electron move here. One electron move here. So with this electron it joins and there is a formation of bond, and this carbon will take free radical. Like this, how many we can expect? 5. Earlier we have discussed. Here double bond, here already present bond, here free electron. Means it is free radical. Again this bond, here 2 electrons are present, no? This electron jump from here to here. So we get like this. Here free radical, this is a bond, already present bond, here double bond. Now again here 2 electrons are present, no? So this electron come here. So we get lost resonance form here like this. Again this carbon will take free radical, here double bond, here double bond, here double bond. So this is a benzyl free radical. This is a benzyl free radical. It is also stabilized by resonance. It is also stabilized by resonance. But here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resonance forms we have. Allyl free radical has only 2 resonance forms. So if you compare these two, benzyl free radical is more stable compared to allyl free radical. And on this carbon atom, if you replace these hydrogens with some more phenyl groups, so when number of phenyl groups increases, when number of phenyl groups, phenyl groups means like benzene, phenyl C6H5, phenyl groups. When number of phenyl groups increases, when number of phenyl groups increases, stability also increases. Why stability increases? Stability increases due to formation of more number of resonance forms. For one phenyl ring, 5. For two phenyl rings, it becomes 10. For three phenyl rings, still more. So here, compared by considering these, I am writing order of stability of these phenyl. pH otherwise we can say benzyl only here. Like this I am writing CH2 dot. This benzyl free radical is less stable than diphenyl phenyl. Diphenyl methyl. Diphenyl methyl free radical is more stable than triphenyl. See here dot. One more. So these are the different free radicals. It is phenyl methyl, otherwise benzyl, diphenyl methyl free radical, triphenyl methyl free radical. So this is the order of stability because here more number of resonance forms. Here less, here 5, here 10 we can expect, here we can write 15 in this way. So this is about different phenyl groups containing benzyl carbocations, otherwise methyl carbocation. Then again the effect of electron releasing groups and also electron withdrawing groups on stability of benzyl free radical. Benzyl free radical. On benzyl free radical, if electron releasing groups are present, what happens? If electron withdrawing groups are present, what happens? Electron withdrawing groups again they accept electrons towards itself, themselves, so that electron density still increases, that electron deficiency still increases. So intensity of electron deficiency increases. Electron deficiency intensity when increases, stability decreases. But electron releasing groups if present, then they can increase, otherwise they can compensate the electron deficiency, so that electron releasing groups can increase the stability, electron withdrawing groups can decrease the stability of these free radicals. See here, effect of EWG, electron withdrawing groups, and ERG, electron releasing groups on stability, of benzyl free radicals. Benzyl free radical. See here, first I am writing. Previous class also I given this information, but their carbocations, carbon ions we have discussed. This is free radical. Here, for example, OCS3 is present. On OCS3 there are 2 electron pairs on oxygen, which is key atom or directly attached to benzene ring. So when electron pairs are present, then it acts as electron releasing group. It is ERG. Because of this ERG, electron density moving from here to ring. So through ring, it can move from here to here, so that the number of electrons increases. So if one electron increases, it becomes octet. Already single electron is present. The total number of electrons around this carbon are 7. If one electron increases, it becomes 8. In that way, it can increase electron density. ERG increases electron density on CH2 dot. Otherwise, because of ERG, it is more stabilized, more stabilized. Then one more group, it is methyl. You are taking methyl benzyl free radical, orthomethyl. Methyl group also ERG. This also ERG. This also ERG. But this ERG is due to plus M effect. This is a ERG group. It is due to hyperconjugation effect. HC. HC means it is not hydrocarbon. It is hyperconjugation effect. So hyperconjugation is less preferred. Otherwise, it is weak compared to resonance. So that here it is stabilized but less stabilized. Less stabilized. Then it is a simple benzyl carbocation. Here no increase, no decrease. There is no any ERG group. There is no any EWG group. So that it is normally stable. Then electron withdrawing group I am writing here now. CH2 dot benzyl free radical, but at para position here I am writing N double bond O, nitro group. Nitro group, otherwise aldehyde group or carboxylic acid group or cyanide group or ester, whatever it may be. Key atom must contain multiple bond with more electronegative atom. Then we can say it is electron withdrawing group. This is EWG, electron withdrawing group due to minus M effect or minus R effect. So that here because of this is destabilized. Because the electron density here, electron deficiency some more increases. There already is electron deficient, one electron deficient. Because of this group, electrons are moving to group. So benzene is deactivated. So the deactivation is compensated again by taking electrons from this CH2. Already this is electron deficient. Again electron deficiency increases. So that stability decreases. So what is the order of stability means? We can write like this. Sorry, reverse written. This is more stable than this. So this concept you have to apply while reading questions. So after completion of this, after immediate watching this video, you have to solve the questions from your materials. Then you can get more clarity about concept. So without solving questions, it is not possible to expect more correct answers from in examination. Because organic chemistry just by watching, otherwise just by reading, it is not possible. By solving only you can get more concept. Some more depth of concept you can get by solving as many as questions. That is important. Then this is about effect of electron withdrawing groups and electron releasing groups on stability of benzyl free radical. Then next thing is overall stability I am writing here. Overall stability of these free radicals. Overall stability of different free radicals. It is almost similar to which one? Carbocations I told. So first one is triphenyl methyl means C6H5. There is PHA written in previous sessions, taken thrice. Then carbon free radical. This is more stable because of more resonance. Then C6H5. C6H5 taken twice you can write. C6H5 taken twice. Diphenyl methyl free radical is more stable. It is more stable than tertiary. CH3 taken thrice C dot because more hyperconjugation forms are present. Here for benzyl only 5 resonance, but here 9 no bond resonance. So that it is more stable compared to benzyl. Benzyl means in other way we can write C6H5 CH2 dot, and it is more stable compared to allyl. CH2 double bond CH CH2 dot. Then that is more stable compared to which one? Secondary CH3 taken twice CH free radical. Then after as well primary, then methyl is the primary free radical, then methyl free radical, Then lastly we can write triple bond, triple bonded carbon atom. Means it is more electronegative. More electronegative carbon atoms will not accept electron deficiency. Electron rich means more electronegativity carbon must accept negative charge, but not electron deficiency. One electron is less, so that it is least stable. This is the overall stability of different free radicals. Here some more important things, two important things are there, examination point of view. Generally here we have discussed about which one structure. What is the shape? What is the geometry of free radicals? Carbon free radical is it is trigonal planar. But here two things are important. One is when electronegativity, more and more electronegative atoms when increases on carbon free radical, the shape becomes pyramidal due to that electron pairs which are present in the bond move towards that more electronegative atom. Particularly here one example I am giving. See here, see here F3 free radical. So this is like this we can write. We can expect here fluorine, here one fluorine, here one fluorine. Shape is we may expect trigonal planar shape. Trigonal planar shape we may expect. But here because of this electrons are moving towards fluorine side. Here also these electrons are moving towards fluorine side because it is more and more electronegative atom. Therefore, this shape becomes like this. Here one free electron and here fluorine, here fluorine, here fluorine. So shape becomes pyramidal. Shape becomes pyramidal. This is one thing important here. And similarly, one more example. Bridge, bridge head, bridge head carbon free radical. Bridge head carbon free radical also, free radical also becomes pyramidal, not trigonal planar because of steric. So here I am writing like this. So this is the bridge. This is bridge carbon. This also like this we can write. Any here this carbon if contain free radical. So what we can expect normally as per normal concept. Here three bonds are present, bond pairs. Here one bond pair, here one bond pair, here one bond pair. Three bond pairs. N equal to 3. N equal to 3 means hybridization is sp2. Hybridization is sp2 only. But here because of this steric strain, here one bond is present, it is connected here. This bond here it is connected, here it is connected. So that due to stericness, here this free radical also becomes pyramidal. Shape becomes pyramidal. This is important. Bridged head carbon and free radical is pyramidal in shape. Pyramidal in shape. So these important things you have to remember for free radicals. It is almost similar to. It is almost similar to that of carbocations. Almost similar to that of carbocations. So practice as many as questions by after watching this video, and you can get more depth in the concept. In next sessions, we'll discuss about carbenes and nitrines. Okay, to that, stay safe, stay home.